qualified to speak on this topic, which is becoming such a pertinent issue. Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Ms. Pragya, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. I just said.
Yeah. Ms. Manvi. Good evening, Ms. Manvi. You're on mute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good to have you with us on this panel.
Thank you. Same here, ma'am. It's a pleasure being on the platform. We have been in association for long because we have seen many seminars and webinars being conducted by Edudevs, and I have attended few events as well. And now, for the first time, we are together on this platform. So that's a privilege for me as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Kapoor. Thank you.
Team Edudevs, can we start?
Yes, students, please start with the webinar.
A very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Vaibhav Mishra and I am from Lucknow International Public School. We're currently studying in class 12 PCM. I thank Edudev and teams for providing me with this wonderful opportunity.
Deepti, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I'm Deepti Singh from Lucknow International Public School and I'm currently studying in 12th grade. I want to express my sincere gratitude to Edudevs for giving me this amazing opportunity. So today we are here to moderate our panel discussion webinar.
Today, we stand at the convergence of two transformative technologies, augmented reality and artificial intelligence. These two pillars of innovation are reshaping the way we perceive and interact with the world around us.
Together, AR and AI are revolutionizing numerous industries. In healthcare, AR-guided surgeries provide doctors with real-time information and assistance, leading to safer and more precise procedures. In education, AR applications enrich learning experiences by bringing textbooks to life and creating immersive stimulation. But beyond these practical applications, AR and AI hold the potential to fundamentally change how we perceive reality and interact with technology. As these technologies continue to evolve and converge, we must consider the ethical implications and ensure that they are used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
The marriage of augmented reality and artificial intelligence represents a paradigm shift in how we understand and engage with the world. By harnessing the power of these technologies, we have the opportunity to create a more connected, intelligent, and enriched future for generations to come.
In the digital age, the integration of artificial intelligence and STEM education has become crucial in preparing students for a rapidly evolving of AI and AR and STEM future. The combination offers a powerful framework that fosters critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and technical skills are many benefits of and STEM.
Now, I would like to invite every panelist for today's webinar. So, our first panelist is Mrs. Mandvi Tripathi, the principal of Lucknow International Public School. She has 25 years of excellent work experience in the field of education. She has worked as principal and vice principal in renowned brands of education industries like GD Goenka and Dr. Viren Swaroop Educational Foundation. Currently, she is working as principal in Lucknow's topmost reputed international school. She has also been awarded the most dynamic principal by International United Educationist Fraternity and Aesthetics International at Haryana. She is also an active member of Education Quality Foundation of India. She has always been a great leader and a motivator. Her contribution towards CSR has also been awarded by Pahal Foundation. We welcome you, ma'am, for today's webinar.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, I would like to have this opportunity to invite our second panelist, Dr. Pragya Upadhyay. An accomplished educator, is the currently principal at St. Anne's School, Dehradun. She has been into this field for over 2 decades as HOD English, along with 6 years as vice principal at DPS Yamunanagar, and for last decade serving as principal. She has received commendation from HRD Minister Mrs. Smriti Zubin Irani for her students' outstanding performance in AI SSC exams. She was also honored with Nari Shakti Samman by Uma. We welcome you, ma'am, to this webinar.
Now, I would like to introduce our third panelist, Mr. Sudhir, Deputy Manager, Directorate of Admissions in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore. Sir comes with 9 years of proven expertise in K-12, higher education and service industry, handling portfolio of extensive adept in the areas of student acquisition, brand positioning, business and network development, public relation, operational effectiveness, and planning. He is a certified career counselor handling career guidance, sessions, and training and developing counseling teams, as well as handling the sales and marketing divisions. He firmly believes that every student, whether bright or average or even
Ma'am, I think there's some technical issue from web side.
Can someone else take up the introductions, please?
Yes. Please continue with the Sudhir sir introduction.
Yes, ma'am.
Dipti, please continue with Sudhir sir introduction.
Okay, ma'am. Now I would like to now I would like to introduce Mr. Sudhir. Sir comes with 9 years of proven expertise in K-12 higher education and service industry, handling portfolios of extensive adapt in areas of students, service industry, acquisition, board positioning, business and network development, public relations, operational effectiveness and planning. He is a certified career counseling, handling career guidance sessions and training and developing counseling terms, as well as handling the sales and marketing divisions. He firmly believes that every student, whether bright or average or even failed, should be given career knowledge, making him an informed decision maker about her career life. We welcome you, sir, to this webinar.
Thank you. Thank you for such a warm introduction. Thank you.
Yes, Dipti, please continue with the Values ma'am introduction as well, because I think due to some technical issue, Vaibhav is trying to rejoin. Till then, you can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Now, I would like to have this opportunity to invite Devyani ma'am to this webinar. Ms. Kapoor is a revered luminary in education, boasting a 3-decade career with significant roles in prestigious institutions like DAV, MET, and Heritage School. As an authored partner with Cambridge Publications, her CBSE curriculum books have influenced countless students. Beyond academia, her commitment to social entrepreneurship has empowered communities through education. Recognized with accolades like Iconic Edupreneur of the Year 2021 and the Women Leadership Award 2022, she champions women's empowerment, evident in her selection for Women Lead India Fellowship 2022-23. Ms. Kapoor's multifaceted expertise, dedication, and numerous honors cement her as a prominent figure in education, leaving a lasting legacy of inspiration. We welcome you, ma'am, to this webinar.
Thank you so much. And I think all the interns and kids who spoke was very, very brilliant. And speaking on the topic like this, that implementation of AI and AR in STEAM education, I really hope you guys did manage to do some research as well. Did you do some research?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Very good. All right. Of course, Futuristic Education, the second season of the webisodes on our path-breaking trends in future education is a collaborative initiative between Edudevs and Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University. Before we start, I would be happy to talk about Amrita's university's new campus, which is in Faridabad. Faridabad, which is a campus which is mainly for health, science, and allied services. And to speak a minute about that campus, I would like to call Sudhir to, if he could just tell us a little more about the Faridabad campus of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University. We are apologetic that we don't have the AV of the same at the moment. Otherwise, we would have definitely shown that to you. Sudhir, if you could just throw about for 2 minutes about our Faridabad campus.
Yes, ma'am. So good evening, all. That was very wonderful to see from Deepthi and Vaibhav. I don't know, unfortunately, he has also actually kept in a lot of effort and prepared, and unfortunately due to technical issues, but it was very wonderful to see the interns actually doing this. So to tell about our campus in Faridabad, it's Asia's biggest hospital with 130 crores square feet area. So it's a huge campus with 2,000 beds available there and 83 specialties. It's a hospital come health science college, nursing, pharmacy, everything is there. So currently we are launching one new branch there, which is very much important. And actually in align with this session, we are launching AI and medical engineering there this year, because why can't an engineer become a doctor? So an engineer who is having medical knowledge, who can actually operate this AI, why can't he become a doctor in doing this robotic surgeries and medicine, medical and healthcare also? These people can play a role. So this year we are launching it there. The students who are really interested in learning more about AI, so they should seriously look at AI and medical engineering course that is going to be launched there. Thank you, ma'am, for doing this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Sudhir. That's amazing. And I really wanted you to keep tongue-tied on AI and medical sciences, because we are soon going to reveal our date of mega webinar that we are going to do. Curtain raiser for our Faridabad campus of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University. And what are some of the fields that fusion fields between AI, engineers, and medicine. So we'll be talking about those fields. We'll be talking about some more fields on allied sciences. And so stay tuned to our upcoming mega webinar. The date shall be soon released. Talking about artificial intelligence and augmented reality, the students already set the tone of the webinar so beautifully. And I'll pick up from where Vaibhav spoke about the fusion of artificial intelligence and augmented reality that is actually reshaping the way we teach and learn. In fact, if I go back down the memory lane and look back to my history classes, or at the time when I used to teach history, history relied primarily on textbooks or probably some occasional trips to museums and historical sites. I very distinctly remember I was not able to put perspective of the magnanimity of an architectural heritage like Colosseum, which I saw pictures in the books, or probably more towards home, the citadel of the Harappan Valley, Indus Valley civilization. However, these 21st century teachings with augmented reality apps can overplay historical photographs, videos, artifacts into those physical locations, which allows a student to look into the past and see how the civilizations were. He could have a feel of them. So the AI and further the artificial intelligence algorithms, they also help analyzing the data. So it's no more the whole way we look at education, the whole way we look at learning is changed so drastically that I'm sure history will not remain boring for as it was always labeled, because there'll be so much to explore and understand and make connections. Again, students study anatomy using static diagrams, dissections. However, with augmented reality apps, they can actually see the organs function, the 3D perspective models of the organs. But why should I speak? May I request the Edudevs team to please play the AV on AI and AR impact on education.
How does augmented reality transform digital learning experience? It's said that the human brain processes visuals 60,000 times faster than text. 90% of information transmitted to the brain from our senses happens to be visual. For example, a theoretical lecture on human anatomy is less effective than a 3D modeling powered by an AR application. AR applications in classrooms can improve learning experience, simplify complex concepts, enhance student engagement, and motivate learners. Manufacturing and automotive companies use AR to optimize industrial work training. Augmented reality can let employees get hands-on practice, identify more training opportunities, provide a safe learning environment, and support novice remote workers on the field. Augmented reality has eliminated the time and location barriers that constrain learning.
Thank you so much, Team Edudevs. So together, AI and AR are revolutionizing, as our intern said, by offering immersive interactive experiences. They are also empowering the educators to create very, very dynamic learning environments that foster creativity, critical thinking, collaboration. The National Education Policy and the National Curriculum Framework has so beautifully and so integrated AI and AR in the curriculum. Before I begin, I would just like to speak two things. That integrating AI and AR, we of course understand, and we've been discussing that they've become imminent and they are undeniable. We need to have them. But what is important is, before we integrate AI and AR, curriculum requires a lot of planning. And second thing, as an educator, I would say, are our educators, are we actually ready to integrate these tools into our regular teaching learning practices? Let's hear it out from our esteemed panelists. So we begin with our first question, which is the ice-breaking question. And the question will be in the order of, the answer will be in the order of the way the panelists were introduced. The first would be Ms. Manvi, then Ms. Pragya, and then Mr. Sudhir. And the time limit for ice breaking is please don't exceed more than 2 minutes, because there's so much in store in the coming rounds that at this point, let's just touch and go on the topic. So my question to Ms. Manvi is that how can AI and AR technology be leveraged to bridge this gap between theoretical knowledge and real world applications, whether it is STEAM or it is STEM education? Because we are talking about leveraging technology, but also please throw light on the realities that exist in the school. Over to you, ma'am. Yes, Miss Manvi. Is Miss Manvi there?
Yes, ma'am, she is there.
Meanwhile, if ma'am is...
She's speaking, I think some technical or network issue. Her video got stuck.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Devyani. And I think in the recent years, what education has seen in the recent years, I must say that education has evolved like anything, and even the landscape has changed more.
Ma'am, maybe you
No
could
doubt, the
close
traditional
your switch off
classrooms
your...
have now embraced interactive learning systems. And as we talk of leveraging or
Ma'am, you could switch off your camera. You
integration
could...
promotes in a way a lot of... I think there is a bandwidth issue. Am I audible now? Audible?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You can
switch
switch
off,
your
switch off
camera.
the camera.
Audio can don't get stuck.
Devyani ma'am.
So
Is it better
meanwhile,
now?
yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So I was trying to say that the education landscape has no doubt evolved more rapidly than ever, and the traditional classrooms now embrace more of interactive learning experience through the use of whatever you might call the digital tools, the platforms, and everything. And as far as according to NCF 2023, if you advocate for the use of interdisciplinary approaches to learning, AI, AR, or STEM, they are creating a beautiful world because these approaches, they are revolutionizing the way the student learns. It is giving them more of a personalized learning experience. Apart from that, we can also realize that they are making students independent learners, and the immersive learning through AR technology that is happening, no doubt, this kind of an integration is promoting a lot of collaboration among students. From different instances, students can work together on robotics projects, combining their expertise in programming, engineering, or designing. Now, no doubt that AI is serving as the backbone of AR, because what I must say is even whatever you call it, but then I strongly believe that artificial intelligence is not a substitute for human intelligence. It is, in fact, a tool to amplify human creativity and ingenuity. So there is where the key word lies, that in case, if in school curriculum we are trying to bring in lot of understanding and use of AI tools, all kinds of learners can be given a space, whatever you call it. But then at the end of the day, we all must realize that all 40-50 children in our classes, I said, I must repeat what you said, in this video that was shown to us, that most of us are visual learners, audio and visual. So anything that we visually see gets into our mind and retains there for a longer tenure of time. So if you call VR or AR experiences as one of the form of interactive experiential learning formats, if this comes into the system, I think bridging the gap of students, what you can say that when students are moving out into the world, they somehow, and congratulations to Amrita Vidyapeetham if they are opening this campus, and the kind of approach that you are bringing in, that definitely advocates that by the year 2030, we are all going to be driven by technology, and many of the existing jobs are just going to vanish. So anyhow, if we are not future ready, if we are not preparing our students like that, if this sense of use of technology, and moreover not only use of technology but using the technology judicially, if we don't teach them at the school level, this is not going to help them the way they are growing in their future, the way they are nurturing themselves up. We need to be the backbone, and this has to be taught. This is the need of the hour, because we are making our students future ready. As you said, that we are talking about 21st century skills, so out of them this plays a very vital role. And in fact, if we go by the NCF's approach of the learning which has to be personalized, AI and AR is the backbone. So we all should keep our minds and brains open, that AI is a STEM education system which helps the instructor to actually carry out all the instructional activities through automated, supposing question generation, assessment, feedback, and monitoring of students. So this is a big advancement. It is going to enhance learning experience. It is going to prepare students for the future. So at the school level, if this is done, then definitely we are going to make our students future ready. So this has to be taken care at the school level, and school needs to look into
Thank you
this
so much.
primary,
Thank you.
because we
Thank you
are
so much.
preparing our students for the digital age.
Great. Thank you so much. Sudhir, my question to you again it is that how can technologies be leveraged to bridge the gap between the theoretical knowledge and the real world, considering that would they be accessible, affordable to all the institutions, leave aside the higher education? What is your take on this?
Ma'am, if you just see the school education system, because when I was studying also, I used to wonder where I will use this formula, where I will use this concept. The exact real world application of it, still students are not proactively imagining it properly. If you see, if they are taught about molecules, if they are taught about interaction of atoms or something, some physics related thing, or some subject which it requires imagination to understand how it is happening. If AI and AR can actually showcase it, for example, I just want to ask students to raise their hands. How many of you saw Iron Man movie? How many of you saw Iron Man? I think they can react right in this session. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know.
Yes,
How
absolutely.
many of
Because
you
they,
saw
how many
Iron
people
Man
have-
movie, where, for example, Tony Stark gets into crime scene? It's like he actually relives the crime scene, how that happened in a holographic way. The same thing if it happens in a subject. You are getting into the textbook. You are not just reading it. You are getting into the textbook, looking at the reactions in a good way, in a way where you can actually see that's happening in front of you, and you can do manipulations on your own. So that kind of gap actually will be bridged with AI and AR. So this is, as ma'am said also, these kind of immersive experiences help students to have a deep understanding about the concept. All the thing, every time I used to suggest to the students is, don't just by heart things, have a deep understanding about the subject. No need to actually replicate these things. Today, I'll just ask Deepthi or Vaibhav, have you used AI today to prepare for this session? Deepthi, Vaibhav, can you just answer? Have you used ChatGPT or you took your teacher's help? Deepti or Vaibhav, can you answer this?
Yes, sir, we have used ChatGPT.
Yes, that's happening.
Yes,
So
sir, we did
you are
use.
using the tools now. So there is not much. Even lot of teachers or principal, I see them concerned about using these tools. I mean, not everybody, because a lot of schools, like the school that is there, they are using these tools in teaching. For example, take a game like PUBG, a government banned it, but students will find alternatives. Even if we have regulatory bodies, even if we have a government to restrict this usage, students or people will find an alternative for these tools to get it done. So these technologies are going to be there integrated in our day-to-day lives, and for sure these are necessary for educators as well as students to use this in their day-to-day life, because a lot of advantages are there for both students and educators. Main thing which I will be feeling is it can actually help students have a better understanding about the subject or the topic which they are studying. That will be how I'll be having I'm having the person.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sudhir. And actually, using, yes, Miss Mandvi, we'll come back to you. Actually, because when you talk about using, liberal use of AI like ChatGPT or something, I think the way education was dealt in the past, in the traditional setup, was so different, but our mind is still conditioned with that. And hence, we are very looking at Chat GPT as probably the students are, remodeling or curating their answers to that. But a tip to the teachers, you need to outbeat, and the questions should be such that which link to real life situations, which change the whole, as we are talking about, perspective of looking at education and making it more hands-on. Moving on to Ms. Pragya. Ms. Pragya, how can AI and AR technologies facilitate interdisciplinary connections, especially when it comes to STEAM curriculum?
You're on mute. Mute.
Yes, Ms. Pragya.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity, wonderful opportunity, and good evening to each and everyone present here on this platform. Uh, well, if we talk about AI and AR, both are both of the technologies are revolutionary because they are bringing a great change in the educational world, no doubt about it. And it is enhancing the student engagement, learning experiences, their productivity, and the decision making skills. So when we talk about creativity, because see, creative thinking skills, analytical skills, then coming to the evidences and assessments, diagnostic tools, all these are again, I would say, fused into AI and AR. If we talk about engineering or medical, then AI is providing the diagnostic tools and augmented reality that provides the immersive and interactive training scenarios. So this way, both of them when clubbed together are a wonderful combination, in fact. And for example, if we take the biology lesson, when we talk about the STEAM curriculum, we take the biology lesson of ecosystem. So the diagnostic tools are there. The artificial intelligence analyzes it. Now, when it comes to augmented reality interface, then when you watch it, you find that different species are interacting with each other in a very different manner. So, such kind of experience, which is very immersive, which is a real world or real time experience, that brings a great change in the setup of mind and the thought process of the child, of the student. Even the student who is not interested in some subject becomes, I would say, they act as a motivator as well. because the student enjoys experiencing this world and gets interested into biology as well. As we are seeing nowadays, many students are getting distracted from opting for biology or so. But with this AI and AR revolution, they get attracted to it, and kudos to this technology, I would say. Then again, they are bringing life to the classroom. If we take example of mathematics now, then you see calculus, geometry, they are used in architecture and engineering. So this is how AI and AR very precisely, they are correlating these subjects to these uh, to the experience, while they are to the learning experience of the students. Then again, we can take one more example, cross disciplinary projects. Now, cross-disciplinary projects where multidiscipline, many different disciplines are coming together. For example, designing sustainable cities. Now, what does it involve? It involves urban planning. It involves environmental science. It involves computer science. It involves engineering all together. Now, when they all together fuse up together, amalgamate together, then eventually with artificial intelligence, to understand the connection with such different disciplines become very, very easy for the student. So again, thanks to AI and AR. So I would say that definitely AI and AR are bringing a great revolution to the STEAM curriculum and to the futuristic education.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Pragya, for such an insightful answer. We also have Mr. Amartya Veer, who writes, how is, and if you could address, how is AI connected to experiential learning? But I think you did say that AI are the diagnostic tools, whereas AR gives you that, immersive experiences. But if you want to elaborate, please go ahead. Thank you so much. Moving further, my question now is to Ms. Mandvi. Ms. Mandvi, assessment plays a crucial role. And, we are constantly talking about how the patterns of assessments are changing. Needless to say, NCF is talking greatly about, assessments which would be based on assessing the competencies and assessments which need to be continuous and comprehensive, assessments which focus less on the content but more on competencies. So, how can you think AI powered assessment tools and AR would probably stimulate the opportunities, especially in STEAM education?
Now, when we talk of assessments, we can see that I'll just close the video so that it can be better because the bandwidth issue remains there. So I'll try to switch off the video. It remains better. Yeah. So now, when we talk of the, like earlier you have seen there was CC, that was the comprehensive, and what you talk about continuous and comprehensive assessment. Apart from Dr. Pragya said that we also have formative assessments, and we have diagnostic assessments as well, because diagnosis is the important step. Once you diagnose the problem, then only you can go ahead. So what's the learning ability and the learning style, that is also equally important. But when it comes to assessment, most of the assessments have lost the criteria of being diagnostic. So where and how does the student learn is one thing that we have somewhere forgotten. So when it comes to formative assessments, if we focus through AI and AR, you have a lot of tools and lot of other things where quizzes, projects, or classroom participation can be enhanced, and assessment can be done for all kinds of learners sitting in the class, because most of them are either visual or auditory learners. If we remove the percentage of tactile and kinesthetic people, because then also by doing they learn many things. when they are there into the system, they learn a lot of things. So that's happening. So with CCN system, we had started evaluating kids through diagnostic, formative, and summative assessments. But with the coming of AI and AR, the interventions that have been done by them, this is no doubt helping teachers and schools to develop assessments with more personalized approach. Like there can be formative quizzes, or practice problems based on the student's individual strength and weakness, which can be designed and structured. Once you understand through your diagnostic assessment what kind of a learner is sitting in your classroom, it will provide a more engaging and effective learning experience. Now, when you talk of STEAM education, it helps the instructors also. Not only it is about the students, it is equally about because the instructors also at times feel that they do not have the correct assessment criteria. It is only the written part through which we are assessing the students and their performance in the written. So now when STEAM education is there, this also helps the instructors carry out instructional activities through automated question generation, through automated assessment, taking their feedbacks, monitoring how they are, learning. We now emphasize on developing more through these kinds of assessments. Even we develop more of life skills such as communication, critical thinking, creativity, and interpersonal skills as well. When you go for these approaches and these AI and AR interventions are done, so all this is happening. And I would just love to tell you that there are a lot many AI tools, because like smart learning suite, if you go for ed puzzle, that is an interactive video lesson, for students, where teachers can create quizzes, questions, and ask students to comment on videos. There is code.org, there is quillions, there is book widgets, there is Socratic by Google. There are a number of things where students get the best way to understand. And even through this, you can create your own courses, offer a personalized learning experience to each kind of the student. There are automation tasks given to the students. So all this helps the student. And I think if you bring in technology and embrace it in a beautiful way, there will be no student who will feel left behind, because everybody will strategically, step by step, get to know where he or she is lacking, what is the weak area which needs to be worked upon. Even the teacher knows that, even the parent gets to know that, even the student gets to know that. So that way they can beautifully, step by step, work better. And it will help you set new objectives, and even new evaluation criteria can come on. So I think AI and AR, if they are brought together and we are working on the lines of assessment properly, we are designing and structuring our school curriculum and the assessment pedagogy that we have drafted for our own schools. If this is blended well with the use of technology and these AI tools, I think there can be a lot that can be done in favor of the students.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Manvi. I think Ms. Manvi had discussed, and I'm sure our viewers and listeners would have noted down the kind of tools that she spoke about, how you can integrate. But coming back to Dr. Pragya, how the same question, I would want to have another perspective on this, that assessment, you see, is changing. And what impact would the assessment have? There is so much of talk about basically two areas. When you talk about the pedagogies, it's all about experiential learning and competency based. When you talk about assessments, we are listening a lot that the assessments are transforming to cater to the needs of these changing pedagogies. So, how do you think AI-powered assessment tools and AR simulations, again coming back to the same question, would be more authentic and would bring out the desired results in a better way? Yes, Dr. Pragya.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's actually the questions are somewhat like related to each other. The coherence of the questions is there always. And whatever ma'am has said just now, Manvi ma'am, I agree, I fully agree to that. Because assessments, or if we talk about personalized instructions for the students or for the teachers, it's again, I mean, there is a sea change in that. Because if we talk about teachers, for example, there is transition. Now teachers are not disseminators of the instruction, rather they are the facilitators. And when they are the facilitators, these technologies are empowering teachers to meet the diverse needs of these students. And the most important part is the inclusive education, what we talk about, NCF and NEP, both of them are talking about. Then it has really brought up the students and teachers on such a platform where it has become easy for the teacher to understand the student, because these diagnostic tools are identifying the strengths and the weaknesses and the learning styles of the students in such a manner that the teachers are able to curate and customize their lesson plans according to the individual need. And there comes the inclusive education, and that prepares the students for their success in the 21st century. Because if we talk about the classroom scenario, many times the child is very strong in intrapersonal skills but weak at interpersonal. And once the child is weak at interpersonal, then here comes AI and AR, where the child is not hesitant anymore, where the teacher would stop him or would argue with him or would not let him or not allow him to ask the question. Where AI and AR plays again the boon for such students, where they are not hesitant and they can put n number of questions and can solve it n number of times and can come to the solution. So that increases their engagement, their learning power, their learning style, their creativity, their thinking. And again, they are getting prepared for all the challenges which are increasingly coming up in the interconnected and the complex world, or we can say in the future. So, this is how, I mean, it is a boon for both the teachers and the students.
Okay, I just saw in the chat box, and I think it was a very valid question, and I'm tempted to take it in front of the principals and other. Uh, we have a question from Ms. Vandana Pandey, and she says that, okay, we are talking about AI and the benefits as we are an amalgamation and fusion of AI, AR, and how, it's impacting formative assessments. But I'm sure the reality is a little far from what we are discussing, because she says, why is it not being promoted by schools? I'm still waiting to be introduced in our school. I don't know to what level the technology, but is introduced. So let's, if you could also give us, because you all are, one is principal in Dehradun, the other is in Lucknow. I'm sure Ms. Vanna would be a teacher in some other part. But what is the existing reality here? Like, to what level we are equipped to implement in our classrooms. I think Miss Mandvi has raised her hand. Yes, Miss Mandvi, I would like you to take this up.
Yeah, I did, Viviani ma'am. I think she has a very valid question, what she has generated, and still we are far. Yeah. I thank you, Devyani ma'am, and thank you, madam, who raised this question. This is very true that we are still not ready. Let us not talk about the metropolitans, because then again that's a different segment. But when you talk about the masses and not the classes, yes, still we are fighting this, because it's no doubt it is an expensive setup also. Apart from using the AI tools which are free, the students genuinely see. I have to say this: AI, if you only talk about the cons of AI, then AI can dehumanize the learning experience to some extent. I'm sorry I'm saying that, but then that's one of the facts that we all need to fight. Because when we talk about research orientation, when we talk about readers not coming up, when we talk about writing skills diminishing, there is some extent of dependence on AI and tools like chat gpt, that this is somewhere declining. We need to, and the second part, that why we are not ready to embrace it, these are all costly setups. So somewhere schools, when plan for such investments in financial terms, it becomes a difficult task, because anyhow this is going to be a part of the fee structure.
Yes,
And
very true.
when
I
we,
think very well said. Very well said. And I think
it will be
very
a part of the
crisply
fee
you have.
structure, and then it becomes
And
the challenge for the people, and they talk that the school is increasing the
yes, but
fees.
we are not going that way, ma'am. We will not go to that, another webinar for that. Yes, you have pinpointed that it is a costly affair and the acceptance. And I think let's rope in Mr. Sudhir because he would be able to kind of give us some insights on, what are the challenges to leverage this kind of technology. Number one, how trained the teacher's professional development should be, and how can this training integrating to these technologies, because the aspiration is there, but there has to be a room for it. So Sudhir, I would like to hear your thoughts on how the how of implementation of AI and AR into, by and large, educational institutions. Because when we are talking about this, I was reminded the video also that we were showing, that was not even, that was a very global, a very Western video. So yes, Sudhir.
See, my perspective from a higher education sector, man, it's the ownership of having this in a school lies with the management. Why? Because a teacher is already busy to cover the syllabus, and they have very limited time until unless it's integrated with curriculum. Finance is not a matter. If CBSE says you need to have a subject this much time, it's done in every school. So that's my take from higher education perspective. But the thing is, ma'am, see, there are things that today a student can learn or get information easily. Why? Because the hunger is there. For example, if somebody feels hungry, nobody needs to tell them where to go, how to purchase food from a nearby restaurant. The same thing people usually ask, where are the tools to learn this? Are there any free tools? There are a lot of tools that are actually available, or the free certification courses that are available to the so-called Coursera, Udemy, or whatever online certification. Actually, they can start with that, especially
I think Sudhir, sir, is there's a problem with his network issue. Is it I'm not able to hear, or?
No, ma'am, there is some network issue from Sir's
ma'am,
side.
ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yes, yes. Sorry for that. The thing is, as I'm telling you, first start with some online free certification courses, then start being part of some online communities and forums. Why? Because this is a start actually when you are interacting with people who are in those domains. So they keep sharing ideas, they keep sharing the works that is happening in those domains. Once you have an idea, you will have, or you'll seek more awareness in those things, and you will start learning about those things, because you are in a community where people are already know about these terms, about these research and all. Because the main thing as an educator or as a student, if you really want to know more about AI and AR, start with a free certification which is available to you today in lot of websites, Coursera, Udemy and all, and search for some competitions which you can start with, maybe hackathons or whatever AI and AR student opportunities that are there available for students as well as educators also, and join some community or forms.
So
That
here
is,
I will let Sudhir to take a pause, because Sudhir, you need to promote our master classes, which are certificate courses.
yes, yes.
AI in education, again, they are all free of cost. They are a collaborative initiative of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham and Edudevs, and you can get a lot of insights being part of the community again. And Learn with Edudevs is a community which is again jointly owned by Amrita and Edudevs, and we keep sending invites, information on these communities. So yes, go on, Sudhir. I'm so sorry. I
Yes,
had
yes,
the
ma'am.
marketing bug bite me.
No,
So
ma'am,
I
I
thought, let me
understand. That's what I said also. This is a start actually. Being
say.
part of this community, being part of this session, actually, you'll get yourself aware of what's the happenings in this AI community and all. And this is a step to start with. But there are challenges when we are trying to use this for teachers and all in terms of integrating this into a classroom. But when you are working on anything new, there will be issues, there will be problems and all. But we need to actually perceive this. For example, today a personalized learning experience can happen easily with this, as ma'am before me also discussed. We can come up with tailor-made programs, and simulated teaching environments today is very easy, where I can't make a dull student to understand a concept by giving him pages of theory. Just show him a simulation created by AI and AR. He can easily get 50% of the subject which is taught to that simulation. And also coachings, virtual coachings, or virtual guidance sessions, which you can have even if you are not available in classrooms, especially data-based decision making. Today, people often think before, if we are working in a corporate world or an industry, people often calculate a manager's capability by the way they take risks, by the way they come up with decisions to make the company grow. Today, that decision, as an employee, I can also say it's wrong, because I have the data to showcase whatever the decision the management is taking that can actually affect our organization. So data-driven decision making, either it's a school or either it's an industry, today that can actually help improve a student or a teacher way more. And that can be the first thing which a teacher should do. And as you see, as we can use this as a continual professional development, this can add to their CV that I'm a certified AI teacher and all augmented reality. It is good to showcase also. So these are the things which you need to understand and all. So as an educator, as a student, you should embrace this change, and you should actually start searching for this. No need for somebody to push it, or no need for somebody to create awareness. Start doing it on your own, and it's easy. And today the tools are available everywhere. Today the tools are open to you, like ChatGPT. There are tools that you can learn. Ma'am also told it might be expensive sometimes investing in these things, but you can start with a small one virtual actually goggles like that is available today. One, at least one you can purchase and start showing in one class, like that. AR headset or smart glasses, maybe one piece you can buy. You can invest at least $1,000 or something, and you can start with.
Thank you so much, Sudhi, for such insightful, such insights actually. And since we are running short of time, I have the better halves, my moderators, whom I always call the student moderators, who will be addressing certain their queries to the panelists and who will be concluding the show. But before I step out of the program, I urge the audience that this time you will be getting your certificates from we'll be posting the certificates on the Learn with Edudevs community. And if you have not joined the community, the link is in the chat box. Please join the community right away so that you can get access to your certificates. It will be very difficult to send each and every person separately. So we are using the power and strength of community. All your certificates will be, you can retrieve them from the community. Over to you, Dipti and Vaibhav.
Thank you, ma'am. So my first question addressed to Sudhir, sir. Sir, my question to you is, will there be opportunities for students to explore and create their own AI and AR projects as part of the STEM education? And what resources are available to support these endeavors?
Yes, there are certain things that you can do. See, open source tools that are there available to us today in each and every product. For example, today, like you want to create a flyer, I can use Canva. I want to create a content, there is ChatGPT. For like this also, for you want to create an AI or augmented related project, there are tools like GitHub, TensorFlow, some 2 3 tools that are there. I can't remember all the names because predominantly there are communities and forums. That's what I told. I don't know how many of you are, maybe you are all following some Instagram influencers, but instead of that, you should follow some in Reddit. Go to technical communities, GitHub, Stack Overflow, okay, Reddit. In these apps, there are some technical communities that where the research and interaction happens in between the people who are working in that domain. So just be part of it, and you can actually start learning and look at their interactions. They will be working on a problem statement, or they will be seeking advice to develop or collaborate on various projects. It will be very interesting to see or be part of those conversations, because no need to contribute anything, just observe what they are discussing, what they are trying to come up with. It is very interesting, and it will be a very insightful learning experience for you. And it is a better way to learn, because all those communities, the discussions happens on real world applications and real world problems that are currently happening. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable answer.
My question is addressed to Manvi ma'am. As students, how can we be involved in the development and implementation of AI and AR initiatives in our school, and how will our feedback be taken into consideration?
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So if you talk about development of AI and AR initiatives in school, and how your the students' feedback can be taken into consideration, it's obviously we are trying to build up the AI and AR STEM labs in our school. Atal Tinkling Lab was one of the examples that most of the schools have tied up for. Apart from that, if from using the augmented reality part, teaching and learning can be made better, then of course there can be very many ways of taking your feedback of how your learning system is enhancing day by day, and whether all kinds of learners are getting that immersive experience. So that can be a well designed system of feedback that can be generated through the use of AI tools. Apart from that, as I said, that there are many other tools available. If you talk about WooClap or Kahoot or BrainPop, or there are many others which I can name, they are all ways and formats and AI tools that can help you learn better through giving you diverse learning, catering diverse learning needs, and apart from that, giving you diverse learning opportunities. Also, if proper feedback, if you talk of, then we can obviously take help of these like if you talk of EduPuzzle, that's an interactive video lesson format that is given to the students, and apart from that, you are asked to give comments on that and your views on that. These are all, I think, experiences which will lead you and help you have better experiences of giving feedback, how to design and structure every AI tool. Because with AI, it's a algorithm generated content, and you know the students may miss out on the nuanced approach what a human teacher can offer. But then also, AI and AR is something that all schools need to embrace, and your feedback is obviously important, and that will be taken into considerations when you will use these kinds of tools. There are very many opportunities for you people to give clear and clean feedback without any intervention or manipulation.
Okay, ma'am, thank you for your valuable answer. My next question is from Pragya, ma'am. What are the long-term goals and aspirations of integrating AI and AR into a STEM education, and how will they benefit us as students?
Thank you, Dipti, for a brilliant question you have asked here. No doubt, when we talk about STEAM curriculum, when we talk about school education, then student-centered learning is the foremost thing what we are about. Because we all are sitting here for you only, for all the students, for their future. So let me talk about the AI and AR and its futuristic goals. See, no doubt it is a revolution. And when we talk about revolution and how they are integrating and how they are working, then let me talk about the diagnostic tools here. So AI acts as a diagnosis and AR serves to it. So when many times it happens the students are not able to analyze their weaknesses or the areas where they actually need focus on and they need the support of teacher, there works AI. So artificial intelligence algorithms, they do the diagnosis and lay out the strengths, weaknesses, those specific areas where the student needs to work upon. After knowing that, they are on a personalized learning path. With the help of augmented reality, what happens is that they are able to deliver the content in interactive and contextually relevant manner. And that caters to each student's need, whether they are weak or whether they are strong. Now let me talk about the how they can be engaged. So AI and AR, both of them help in the enhanced engagement of the student because they have the potential to make learning more interactive, more immersive, more enjoyable. And therefore, what happens is that these technologies, they capture the interest and motivate them to explore more and more on these platforms. And therefore, we are able to get even the dull student, whom we call as dull or weak in the classes, even that child is able to come up and speak up and explore more context and collaborate on this virtual interface with the other colleagues in I would say in a more confident manner, which a child is not able to do in the classroom. Then personalized learning, I've already talked about. How does it work? Then cross disciplinary connection also. That while integrating the content from science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, these technologies can help students develop a holistic understanding of complex issues and solve problems collaboratively. Besides this, about critical thinking and problem solving skills that develop, again, they are, I would say, they are the outputs while they are using it, because AI and AR technologies encourage the student to think critically, solve problems creatively, and apply the knowledge in the real world context. By engaging in the inquiry based learning experiences, the student is able to ask questions, analyze it, evaluate the evidences, and communicate their findings to each other on this virtual platform. Similarly, when we talk about the future workforce, who is the future workforce? Of course, you, the students. Then again, it is a revolutionary and transformational journey. It is a transformational journey for every one of us, whether it be teachers or the students. But yes, of course, we are talking about the students here. So let me focus here that the skills are developed, competencies which need to be competencies need to be developed in such a manner that they are able to thrive in this future world, in this interconnected and complex world. That is for sure. And by integrating these technologies into STEAM education, the students gain hands on experience with cutting edge and tools and technologies, prepare them for careers like artificial intelligence, robotics, augmented reality, then data science. So, such are the areas where students need to work or they may make their careers while using these two revolutionary technologies. Then again, equitable access, what I have already spoken earlier as well, and that is inclusive education. No child is left behind. Every child is equal on this virtual platform. And therefore, the human interferences in the form of teachers, I would say, because many times we are not able to groom the teachers, we are not able to evolve with that human being among the teachers, and they stop the development of some other the child somewhere in one or the other session. So I would say that these virtual interfaces really, they act as a boon for such students who collaborate with other colleagues virtually, though virtually, but they brainstorm their ideas, they come to some conclusions, they explore complex concepts, and therefore they develop themselves again, those are skills, the skill set which is actually required in this complex world. So they are preparing directly or indirectly for this coming or more advanced technological world, I would say. Thank you.
So beautifully explained that I was wanting to actually listening to each and every, and the way you've created the pathway, it was very well explained. Very
Thank
well
you. Thank you so much,
explained.
ma'am.
Over to you,
Thank you, ma'am, for a valuable answer.
God bless you, dear.
So before we conclude, I want to extend my sincere thanks to everyone who made today's webinar possible. Your presence and enthusiasm truly made this event memorable. Your time, attention, and support has made this event possible. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Devyani ma'am, for organizing this informative webinar.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much, ma'am.
much, dear
Thank you.
students. And I really
Thank you.
hope that you had a
Thank you, Sudhir.
takeaway.
Thank you, Mandvi ma'am.
Many thanks and gratitude to our esteemed panelists, to the viewers, and keep watching the initiatives, collaborative initiatives, which Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham and Edudevs are bringing in. We are trying to leave no stone unturned, as ma'am said, leaving no child behind, no teacher behind in this journey of transformation, where, you know, the transformative journey of education through technology and newer pedagogies. And many thanks to Dr. Pragya and Ms. Manvi Tripathi. It was great hearing your insights. And as always, thank you so much, Mr. Sudhir, for being here on the show. And yeah, please keep watching, dear viewers, for the upcoming, and don't miss out to our mega webinar, which is on AI and medical sciences.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. All.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
I
I would
hope everyone has thank you, Team Edudevs, for initiating and managing all the logistics so beautifully. Thank you, our esteemed panelists, and thank you, students. Thank you, viewers. Please try to join the community, and your certificates will be available there. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.